What did you say you're trying to
I'm going to McDonald's.
eat?
I'm doing it.
No,
I don't
no.
care.
Yo, why did I eat McDonald's on a road? Well, okay, I was on a bus somewhere along the East Coast, and the bus stopped, and all there was McDonald's or
Mm,
snacks at the gas station,
mhm.
and I
You're like, I'm
opted
gonna
for
get
the
this
Mc.
2% nutrients. It's better than zero.
I needed something. I hated
Yeah.
myself for a smooth 2 hours. I really did.
Only 2 hours. That's not too bad.
Yeah. I probably went to Whole Foods once I got to my destination. So then I felt good
Just
again.
off GP.
Welcome to Beyond the Wild. This is the video series that takes you inside the Words in the Wild podcast. I am Tiffany.
And I'm Melanie.
And yeah, before we jump into all the things about this month's featured book, we're going to do our regular wellness check-in because wellness doesn't stop at the pod.
It
It
don't stop,
continues
baby.
on. Don't stop till you get enough. I feel like we're
Can't stop,
both
won't stop.
I feel like we're both really high off of some level of caffeine that I don't think either of us has in our system right now.
I did have a Coke before this, so
Fair.
yeah.
I did not.
And I didn't sleep that well, so maybe there's like, you know how sometimes you don't sleep and you're like kind of wired in a weird way. I don't know. It might be that too.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
I think I'm just feeding off of your energy. Maybe that's what it is.
Cool. It's a blessing to be a blessing. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
I am grateful that my energy, all is not well in the world, but I'm doing okay. And I'm gonna take it today. I'm gonna just take it. I'm gonna let myself be okay. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is also okay to not be okay.
Yes.
Yes.
True that
That's a
for sure.
that's a saying.
It is. It is. And it's real. But I don't know. I experienced a wave of positive energy today, and I'm just going to let myself ride that.
Absorb
Yeah.
it. Good.
Yeah. Yeah. How about
Well,
you? How are you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm good-ish.
Mhm. Hmm.
Like I'm on this weird in betweeny. Like I was feeling sick over the weekend. Now I feel a little less sick, but I
Hmm.
still don't feel great. And
Mhm.
so I don't know, but I feel like I'm around people now, which kind of sucks. So my immune system
Oh.
is adjusting. Yeah. So 3 days a
Oh.
week, I work in a
Yeah.
library, which is great because I
That's
love
so
the
cute.
library.
Oh.
But there's
Yeah.
children, there's
Yeah.
people. And then I also went to Oakland, and it was a different temperature than it is in New York. So there's that.
Mhm.
And then I have a bald head. So I'm kind of
Oh
just
my
like,
god. It's so
it felt
true.
it feels like a recipe for disaster for me.
Yeah. I hear
So
that.
I don't feel great, but
Oh.
I'm happy to be here. I love this show. This is our premiere episode. Thank you for those who are subscribed and who is riding with us and who rode with us last season. We are back for a new season.
Hell
And we're doing
yeah.
things a little bit differently. So we talked about it on our teaser, if you checked out our teaser. But we're not uploading our audio episodes anymore, but we are going to be doing this video series where we really just want to still kind of, give you a little bit of insights into the books that we're reading over the season, but just have a little bit more of a flair than just what we do on the audio one. So please subscribe. Check the link
Yes.
in the
Join
description.
us.
Check out the pod on all your favorite audio platforms and all those good things.
Oh, yay. Yeah, join us. It's been super fun, and yeah. Thanks for those who've been along for the ride, and yeah, there's more room. We got a cargo van. We got a
Yeah.
school bus.
We got a dump truck. We can
We
fit
got a
all
whole
y'all up
fleet.
in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kick it over to Melanie, who's going to talk about. Well, Melanie actually curated the entire season. So I had no input in this season. That doesn't mean blame it all on Melanie. I just was like, you the book girly, you do that.
Yeah.
So every book is a mystery to me. Nothing on the list I've read before. I am just kind of like going along with it. We know last season we really ventured into the adventure podcast space, going through a lot of
Mhm.
like climbing and backpacking and ah. And we still love those books, and we'll probably integrate books of that nature in some ways. But for now, we are reimagining what wild looks like, what wildness looks like, what adventure looks and feels like. And so,
Mhm.
Melanie curated a very beautiful selection of
Thanks.
books for this 2026 season. So definitely head to our website to see what those books are and to follow along with us.
Yeah, why did I choose that book? I remembered reading it like maybe 3 or 4 years ago and just it touching me, like affecting me, like it just stuck with me. Um, and it's interesting rereading books and how your opinion can change, like, you know, not necessarily for better or worse, sometimes for better or worse, but also like where you are in life can like
Yeah.
impact the way that you receive a book when you read it. Um, but I remember I wasn't living in New York City at the time, but having just left New York City, I don't know. I think it just drew to me, and like there was something about his story and it being told from like this first person perspective that, yeah, just resonated with me and made me want to root for him. Um, yeah, and I mean, so the book we're talking about is My Government Means to Kill Me by Rashid Newson. And yeah, I guess as a quick overview, it is this coming of age story about this 18-year-old. I want to say he was 17 when he moved to New York, but he's like, throughout the book, he's probably going from like 17 to maybe 21. I don't even know
I
if he
don't
was
even know. He
21.
doesn't even make it to
Yeah.
21. I mean, he's not dying. Sorry, no spoilers. But
But right, he was trying to get a drink at the bar and like couldn't. So, he wasn't 21. But yeah, it's this over the course of like his like very late teens, very early 20s, and it's a coming of age story where this young man, this young gay man leaves his hometown in Indiana, and leaves kind of like the family and the life he's always known. He comes from a really privileged background, like has two
he
pretty
got
well off parents.
money.
Yeah, well off parents, a decent sized trust fund, and he turns his back on all of that because the lifestyle that he lives, where he comes from, doesn't really fit him and doesn't fit who he is and who he's trying to be. And I think there's also other things that he maybe is trying to escape from, but he ends up kind of abandoning his past and like where he came from to try to like forge his own path, forge a path for himself in New York City. And that's what he does. And he gets into all types of shenanigans and activism. And he just really learns a lot about himself along the way. He builds bridges, burns bridges. And yeah, I think it was just like a good story. And I think being like capturing that time frame in his life, it's like, it is one of those things where I wonder what happens to him next. Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
how does his life turn out after all of this? Which I think is like a good place to leave a book in. Like, it's better than just being completely disappointed.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah,
Or
that's
like
the book,
fed
and
so
that's what I've
much that
chosen.
you're just like, I don't even know what to make of
Right.
what I just consumed.
Right, like this, like when a TV show goes on for too many seasons, like, I
Yeah.
think you want to leave people wanting more. So, yeah, but yeah, and then let's see the cover art again.
Okay, so we like to celebrate these things, and much like if you all know, I'm a vinyl collector, so I'm a
Oh,
big fan of cover
mm,
art, of artistry, especially when it comes to literature, but also
yeah.
music. And so, I just want to take a look at the book, the
Hmm.
artwork on the book, because someone put a lot of work into it, and obviously the author approved it and had to feel some sort of way about it. And a few things, I don't know if anything like immediately strikes you.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny, we've been reading this book on the pod, and I've never really looked at the artwork until I said we were going to be looking at artwork on the books. And now
Yeah.
that I'm looking at it, I didn't even really realize this face, who I assume to be the lead character, Trey,
Right.
um, and or who he would, represent, Trey. But what
Mm-hmm.
I started really looking at is, of course, the symbolic rainbow of
Right.
um, the LGBTQ flag symbol is
Mm-hmm.
having that rainbow. But also what I felt like this almost looked like was like a church, almost
Hmm.
kind of like
Like one of those windows in the
yes,
church, kind of.
yes.
Yeah, I could
It
see
felt like a
that.
spiritual sort of thing for some reason. I don't know. Like he's in a
Yeah.
confessional almost.
Yeah. Wow. That is interesting. I definitely, as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, a church window. Totally. Like, yeah. And then the color kind of gives it like this stained glass sort
Yeah.
of almost like vibe. Yeah, I see that. And that is really interesting. I think in some ways he did sort of like find his, I don't want to say he found his religion, but I think that like
Yeah.
the book I feel like was like a transformative experience for him
Or
and
like an
something about that
awakening.
feels spiritual. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah. Yeah. I see that for sure.
Cause this book is maybe like 2-3 years of his life,
Mhm.
and he's so different from the beginning to the end,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
yes, we're discussing this having already finished the book.
Yeah.
Just FYI, we're not going to talk about the details of the book per se, but
You can listen to the podcast.
that's what the podcast is for. But for
Yeah.
this month, the stage that we're at while recording this is that we finished the book. And so it is interesting to me, just kind of looking at it. I don't know. I love the cover, I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of sad that I feel like I'm just now looking at it, and I always wonder
Hmm.
how many people really take a minute to look at the book's artwork. It's like we're
Mhm.
so excited to read the book that we're just like, "Blah, blah," but you don't really
Mhm.
take a little bit of a deep dive into what these things maybe
Yeah.
mean. Even just like the star between the name of the book and a novel.
Hmm.
Because the funny thing about this book, I was telling Melanie when we first started reading it, I was like, is this autobiography or like, because we had last season, that's what we were doing. And so I was a little
Mhm.
confused. I was like, wait, is this real? Because these footnotes is footnoting, and it
Right.
was
Yeah, they
confusing
were.
the mess out of me. And I am obsessed with footnotes. I need everyone to write everything with really, really interesting footnotes. This book was so damn educational. Like I
Mhm.
learned so much. And if
Yeah.
a book can teach me something, and entertain me,
Yeah.
chef's kiss.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I feel like it like yeah, I don't know. I like that cuz I definitely do judge a book by its cover. Like I will buy a book
Wah, wah.
because of the
So
cover.
cliche.
I don't know. Cover art is attractive, you know? Like I mean it can be. It can like I don't know. It can like evoke certain feelings and emotions. It's art, you know, like and even in like subtle ways that we're not conscious of. It's like I don't know. So yeah, I do have a tendency, not always, but I
Do
do
you buy books
sometimes.
based on the cover? Have you done that? Like bought it because you like the cover and didn't read it, or do you still need to like read the synopsis and know?
Yeah, I usually will at least read the synopsis. And honestly, sometimes I'll check Goodreads. I don't. I want to get out of this habit, but like I will check Goodreads to like just see in general is it a liked book cuz like I don't want to buy a book and then like hate it. Especially cuz I tend to buy my books. So,
Yes,
yeah.
but you can always go to the library, and if you love
Yeah.
it, then you can go
Then you
buy
buy
it.
it.
So
No, you're
Tiffany,
right.
Pro Libraries here, can always tell you to get your library card. It's
Yeah.
free. I hope it's free
Yeah.
where you live.
It better be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. It's true. I mean, that one, I do think that, like, I don't know why in my mind, for some reason, I remember buying this book at Strand, but I'm like, that can't
Mm.
be true because I wasn't living in New York at the time. For folks who don't know, Strand is like an iconic bookstore in New York City. I want to say it's in Union Square, maybe. I don't know. Have you ever
Yeah,
been
I
to
think it's in
Strand?
Union Square or
Okay.
near Union Square. I feel
Yeah.
like it's near Central Park for some reason, but maybe that's because I used to
Hmm.
see signs that
Hmm.
said the Strand when I was by the
Hmm.
eastern side of the park. But you
Hmm.
all got the internet, so you can figure out where it is when you come visit
I
New
loved
York.
that bookstore. It's a dope
It's
bookstore, and
massive.
yeah, massive. And it's like weird. It's like I feel like, it's New York City, so size wise, it's probably not that big, but it's like it's got folds. They
Yeah.
have managed to like master how to increase surface area so that they can like have a really big inventory. But for some reason, I remember buying the book there, but I'm not sure that that's what actually happened. Either way, I do remember like when I picked up the book, feeling drawn to the cover and like interested in the story, and it felt like one of those indie books, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a chance. But another thing, sorry,
Oh,
just
you
another
didn't even
thing that's,
talk about the author either. Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
yeah, yeah, okay, I'll do that. But first,
Go ahead.
I just
Sorry.
want to say another thing that's interesting about that is like the whole artwork thing is just that like books have different editions, and so like different editions have different artwork, and I don't know, it's like interesting, then that like opens it up
Mm,
even more, like, how do all of these different pieces of artwork still represent the same story? So
hmm
I don't know, I think that's interesting. But yeah, Rashid Newson, I don't know that much about him, but I know that he's like a television writer. I am curious, I think this is his debut novel, so I don't think he's written any other books. But he's a television writer and an executive producer. And I think the most notable work of his from TV and film is this show called Bel Air, which was like a more dramatized, like adaptation of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air for
hmm
people who have seen that show. I've actually never watched Bel Air, but I definitely think that I want to. I've heard it's good.
I want to watch it too.
Yeah.
I just refuse to add another subscription
Subscription.
app, but I do have a way we can watch it, so I will
Okay.
talk to you. But
Okay.
but I did watch his other show. So he was also a writer and
Oh,
producer on The Shy.
I was gonna say that. Okay, I
Yeah.
thought that. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So I watched
Okay.
The Shy. I mean, I've actually seen every season of The Shy. I don't know where they are
Okay.
now. I think I've kind of fallen off because, as we talked about, like certain books needing to end and certain shows needing to end,
Uh huh.
I kind of feel like The Shy kind of needs to like wrap it up.
Oh,
I
is it still going?
and I love Lena. Like, don't get it
Yeah.
twisted. I love Lena. I loved her show 20s and was
Yeah.
really sad that it got canceled because that was supreme television. But
Mm,
anyway,
mhm.
but
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. What y'all think? I think we've exhausted it all. Like I
Huh.
don't need anything else from the characters. And then the show did get a little messy with one of the lead characters having inappropriate
Oh.
situations and
Oh. Mm-mm.
so eh, it just got weird. Just some things got really went a little left for me. And I don't know if
Okay.
he's still writing on The Shy or what seasons he wrote on The Shy. Many shows have many writers, so I don't know.
Mm.
But I
Mhm.
did like the show. At least a smooth 2 to 3 seasons. I was like rocking hard with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I've never checked it out. It would be. I wouldn't be mad at picking up a new TV show. So, yeah, maybe I will check it out. It's unfortunate though when the shows like drag on like that. So hopefully they know when to cut the cord. Know when to cut the cord, because it can
Yeah.
definitely like spoil a show when that happens.
Yeah.
Buying books is an entirely different hobby than reading them. And I definitely do feel like I can be a little bit of a collector when it comes to books.
So we have this segment that we like to do called
Mhm.
Mel's Must Reads. Mel is going to give you some books that you should read, especially since this is Black History Month.